All right, guys, welcome back. We're going to do a magazine review today. I'm looking at freestyling slash BMX action, but it is now converted to Go. And this is December 1989's version. In this video in the beginning, I'm going to tell you I couldn't find the cover, but I actually went back and I found it. I had to Google it under BMX Action, December 89, and when I looked it up that way, I found it. Anyway, let's get into the magazine. Hope you guys enjoy it, and I'll see you in there. Since I did a magazine, I've been doing a lot of videos. I pumped out 8 different race videos, which I'm really proud of. I really like them, but I decided I should probably mix it up, do some magazines and some races on video as well. So we're just gonna mix up the bag. Now, this is Go, which is basically BMX Action when they converted to Go magazine. And this is the December 89 issue. Now, here's the funny thing about this. Like, as usual, my older magazines don't have the cover. I went on Google to look up the cover for my intro, and it has this page. So it did me absolutely no good to go online and look it up. But anyway, let's see what we're going to get into today. So this is the, as I mentioned, the December 89 edition of Go, Volume 1, Issue 2. So this is the second issue of Go officially. And let's take a look and see what's going on there. Let's just open it up. All right, first page, here we go. We got some Pitbull brakes by Odyssey. Actually, remember these. I never owned a set of these, but I absolutely remember these were actually pretty popular during that time frame. So 1989, I was in college. I was like 19 years old, and you can see I was still heavily into BMX. So what do we have here? Renegade tires, the Racer's Edge by Odyssey. It's a pretty decent tire. I really miss this gum wall look, because I'm running right now on my current bikes. I'm running the Taigo tires that are just all black. There's no gum wall on them. I really miss that look. I always thought that was a clean look. If you think the 1990s GTs looks good on paper, Gary Ellis, he was really in his prime. What's really funny about Gary Ellis is I've been watching or reviewing, like I said, a lot of BMX races, some of the vintage ones. And Gary had a long career because I see him racing pro as far back as like 1985. And I was looking at races that were all the way up to I think the last one was like 1995 or 96. It was the NBL Grands. And so I saw him in the 85 ABA Grands. And then I was reviewing a race from the 96 NBL Grands, and he's still there. So I'm thinking, and it's not that he was just there. He wasn't just filling up. He wasn't moto filler. He was in there actually being competitive and racing and doing really well. Hold on, guys. Let me pull up my sleeve. So that was pretty awesome. All right, let's go to the next page here. All right, wait till you see him on dirt. So here's your latest GTs from that era. And this looks like the GT Pro Series XL frame. It's considered the 1990. It was weird when when we left the 80s and it turned 1990. That seemed like such a big deal to me, I'm like, wow, it's 1990. That seems a million years ago, though. Pretty quality bike, though. This is the Pro Series model. So this would be more or less the top of the line at the time. And you can see now it's coming in colors. It's black, because typically, up until now, we were seeing a lot of just chrome, which I prefer chrome, though. And then we have the GT Interceptor. That's, again, a quality bike. You can see the difference in the stem. The quality of the stem is maybe not as good as here. And then the seat clamp, you can see it's kind of more of a heavy-duty chrome moly seat clamp as compared to this black anodized aluminum one. But however, they're both running like a power disc on both of them. And the pedals on here look like they're more of like a bear trap style, where this one looks like a plastic platform. So you can see where they saved you money from either one. And then down here is the Mach 1. So the Mach 1 would have been, you got your Team Series, your Mach 1, and then obviously your Interceptor. So you had 3 models to choose from, not to mention the Mini. So pretty cool. Pretty cool. Okay, let's keep going. Oh, look at the GT. It's changed. The way it looks here. That's pretty awesome. All right, let's go back, or let's go forward. Up front, when I was a little, it was on, what does it say? Word. Word. When I was little, it was television. The mid-70s Jive era after-school reruns consist of a mixture of old programs like I Love Lucy or Lost in Space, as well as the newer shows Good Times, Happy Days. Plus, every Saturday morning there was cartoons. It's really weird to hear that because I've often told my kids this too. It's like, man, you can just turn on the TV and find cartoons instantly. You know, I had to wait until Saturday morning, and you get a little bit after school. There was about an hour of cartoons. I'd like watch Spider-Man or something. Sorry, guys, I had to take a sip of the Dr. Pepper there. But anyway, yeah, that's kind of cool. I won't read all of that, but that's really cool. We got Craig Campbell here, friend of Pete Augustine. Doing a little foot plant action there. That's one thing, the Tough Wheels have not changed since 1990. So if you buy a set of Tough Wheel 2s, they look exactly like that. There's not really much change on those, which is good. All right, let's see what Diamondback has to offer. Now, I like this era of Diamondback, and I love the way they upgraded the uniform. They're still sticking to the black and silver, more or less kind of like Raider colors, and you can see it's got a little black and white here and the big DB symbol here, and now they're running with the Arrow pants. This is a really nice looking uniform. This is a really cool kit. I would actually run that now. So we got, looks like Charles Townsend up there, and then Matt Hayden over here. So this is a really cool ad. And then here's your Diamondback Silver Streak. I believe, and correct me if I'm wrong, guys, I believe Diamondback Silver Streaks prior to this model was one of the most sold BMX bikes ever, probably next to Redline. It was a quality bike that you can get for a couple $100, and Diamondback sold a ton of these. This one now you can see it doesn't have the gusset anymore. There's no diamond in here anymore. It's just basically triangle and triangle. But it is a pretty good looking bike. I mean, it's very competitive to what would be considered like a GT team series that we just looked at. The parts are very comparable. Everything looks really comparable. It would come down to like, what's your preference at that time. So that was really cool. Let's go to the next one here. We got some incoming ads or incoming mail. We can read one of these. I like reading these. And it says, "Gone, dear Gork. I was wondering if you were going to leave BMXA and if you were going to combine freestyling to be called something like Go. I just was wondering because someone at the bike shop told me, please answer me. What in the world gave you that idea, Steve?" And Lou answered, obviously you're holding Go in your hands, and this is now BMX Action / freestyle combined. So that's kind of a funny answer. He could have just said, it's true, you're holding the magazine, but I like his response a little bit better. Let's do another one. I don't want to read a long one. Let's read this one. Today's topic, boy, I cannot read this with a hot cocoa, drinking it till you hallucinate. Just kidding. Some of my fellow Gazelle watchers are calling me an unsmurfy guy because I've been riding with some skaters. I thought I was helping promote good and goodwill towards one another by bridging the gap between skaters and bikers. Are my Gazelle watching pals right? Am I unsmurfy? No idea what he means by unsmurfy. P.S. Am I special if I can do a no-handed bar hops? Let's see what they say here. Ride with whoever you want. Ride with someone. If they tells you you're unsmurfy, you should be stoked because, frankly, being called a smurf is more of a burn anyway, Lou. Oh, that was a really confusing. Let's forget I read that. What do we got here? We got Wilkerson here. Pretty cool. Pretty good ad. Oh, check out this ad. Terry Tennant, Power Takeoff. He's doing a Vans ad here. I love that this whole thing is in black and white and then the Vans are in color. That is a really cool touch. That's a nice ad. Terry Tennant signature on there. That's a really good one. I wonder what frame this is he's riding. I cannot tell, guys. My best guess would that would be a Boss. And I'm sure I got a lot of experts out there that are going to correct me. Maybe. I don't know, guys. What do you think that is? I don't know. We got a Cyclecraft ad here. Scully and Bros. That's pretty cool. These handlebars are kind of trippy looking. Sorry about the glare, guys. I'm in my kitchen, so it's not the best quality. And this magazine is creaking a lot because I picked it up and it definitely feels like there was water on it because it's all wrinkled and rough. But hell, I can still read it. So we got Section 8, the front line. On deck with the big guns, Chris Poltz joins the ranks of the elite. Oh, this guy had just turned pro. And this is all about the freestyling stuff. We got a good shot here, Chris Moeller. I got to see him a lot at Frogtown. He was racing over and over. He's racing a bunch of classes. And then we got Hans Nissan here. This guy always wore the weirdest helmets. And he ran CW handlebars for the longest time. He's got CW bars on his bike right here. And it's 1989. So CW handlebars had definitely lost a lot of their popularity. But apparently he liked the feel of them because he was still rocking them. And I've said that before. I actually liked my CW handlebars. I didn't have any problem with them. I just upgraded to a Boss handlebar after running the CW handlebars for about, I think I ran those CW bars for at least 2 years. And then I needed to go to a bigger bar because I got the standard size CWs. And I walked into a bike shop and I saw these Boss bars hanging up. And the Boss bars are kind of knee savers. They're very narrow. And I put those bars on my Skyway and I was like, oh my God, these bars are amazing. I wouldn't mind having a set of those today. All right, let's skip past here. Bud, let's ride on the back. It's a pretty cool ad. That's for Hammer Products. Pretty cool ad. We got Ace Bicycles. Pretty cool. Oh, look at this. Here we go. We got a Redline ad. Okay, so now we've seen GT, we've seen Diamondback, and you're starting to see the trend. No 3-piece cranks, power discs, which means you can switch out the gears. Good solid 1-piece crank, and this one has the metal pedals on it, which are bear trap style pedals. I love the Redline forklifter bar with the number plate that you can attach. This is really ahead of its time, if you think about it, because the number plates today, they're very small and they barely cover the bars. And this was essentially heading in that direction. So Redline was ahead of the game. The only thing is you have to use the Redline plate. I'm sure you can put any plate on there you want, but this was designed for that forklifter bar. I like the seat. Not too sure about these little rivets on the back, but I do like the seat. All chrome moly. Oh, hold on, guys. Someone's at my door. I'll be right back. That was just Amazon. Okay, let's go to the next page. Oh, this is a cool picture. High altitude. Who's the rider here? Fred Blood. Oh, that's awesome. Round 3, 2-hip. I remember this 2-hip thing. And freestyling was going more or less, how do I word this? It was big, you know, with the uniforms and the ramps and the shows, and it was heading more towards street riding, I guess you can say. Like I said before, I'm not a big freestyler, but that's what I noticed. This is a really good picture, by the way. Let's go to the next one. Oh, that's a great shot. Joel Alamo throws down. That is a really cool shot. Man, they were close to him. It looks like, yeah, 2-hip contest. They're no longer at the bowl. It looks like they're at some sort of track and field event. Is where they were, well, track and field, where they were actually doing the contest. That's really cool. That's a good shot. Look how high the seat was. Man, things have changed. This bike looks like it weighs a ton too. But it's a freestyle bike. It is what it is. Oh, look at these. Peregrine wheels. I love this race lace look here. That's so cool looking. Let's keep going. These pages are sticking together a little bit, guys. I apologize. We got Trend Bike Source. Look at all these t-shirts. Very cool. This would all be considered retro right now, which is so weird, but this was the latest and greatest at the time, which I love this stuff. All right, let's keep going. Oh, here we go. Check it out. Time flies when you're having fun. Here, Greg Hill does just that. Greg Hill is now Factory Robinson. This is 1989, the Greg Hill perspective. This would be definitely a good read for me. I'm going to do this later. I'm going to read this whole thing. I should have read it first and then reviewed the magazine. Sorry about that. But check out his Robinson's perfect setup. All chrome moly. Everything on the bike is absolutely chromed out, with the exception of the pedals and the seat clamp, but it is perfect. This bike actually looks like right out of the box. Robinson GT, man, Auburn, all the bikes were just perfectly built back then. You can just take it out of the bike shop and just go to town on it. And this is Greg's, last hurrah. But as I've been doing race reviews and video reviews, Greg is another one, like much like Gary, where his career is just so long. Like I saw him on a pro gate, and I want to say the race was in 1981. Could have been 1980, but he was on the pro gate. He was in the finals. And then I was all the way up to like 1989, 1990, and the guy was still in the main. So it just tells you it's just crazy, over a decade of racing pro and being successful at it, much like Gary. And check, oh, this breaks down Greg's whole career. 1974, 1975, 76, 77. Wow, look at this. 78, SE crew in the bus. Man, I really think I would love if somebody would make a movie on this whole SE racing crew with Scott Brythop and all the guys that were in there, Stu Thompson, Greg Hill, and just to see. I know there's crazy stories, and I think it would make an awesome movie. If you're going to make a BMX movie, let's do that. That's my opinion. There's 78, 79. These pictures are great too. Look at Greg's got the football helmet thing going on there. He's got the FMF gear here from 77. A little side hack action here for him. And that was in, what year, 76? Man, 1974, guys. I was like 4 years old. Definitely not racing BMX. 1975. Look at this shot right here. That's a great picture of me and Eric. We're the first new breed and wait a minute, what is that? Oh, to Stu, Harry, and Clinton. Wow, sorry, I was trying to read it through the camera. Sometimes it's kind of hard to do that. Oh, look at this shot right here. That's a great shot. And what year was that? Was 1979. And he's already racing pro, it looks like. 1980. Wow, this is really cool. I wish I had time to read all this, which I am going to reread, by the way. Here's 82. Greg was really turning it on then. Factory GT. And then here we go here from 1983. He's got the BMX Action cat with him right there. 1984 shot there. I've seen this race. I just actually did a review on this one for the video. These are all great shots. This one right here is epic. This looks like during the ESPN Pro Series. That's what that looks like right there. We got 1988 right here. 1989. And we're up to date. And what does Greg say? I still have 3 years ahead of me. So he felt he still had 3 good years on him. And this was in moving into 1990, you assume, which is about right, because he went into the 90s still racing. That's pretty awesome. Frankfurt BMX, we got a dyno ad. That's a pretty cool looking bike. Now, it's weird because I love watching the Rad BMX Builds guy. He's got a lot of these freestyle bikes. And although I didn't ride them, I do appreciate how they looked. And he's got quite a few of them. As a matter of fact, he's starting to sell some of his collection. So if you're interested in some of this retro stuff, you want to go to radbmxbuilds.com, go onto his website, because he's selling the bikes. Now, they're not cheap. I'm going to tell you that right now. But you can't ask for better quality, because this guy makes awesome bikes. If you haven't seen him, go on YouTube, check it out. His stuff is just quality. I watch his videos all the time. All right, we got a dyno ad here, just more dyno pop quiz stuff. We don't have to go through all that, but pretty cool stuff. All right, let's go to the next page. And here's the dyno ad here for this. What is that? The Dyno Slammer. Look at the bash guard on the bottom. That's crazy. These bikes look like they weigh so much. I can't get over how big and heavy they look, but it is what it is. Here's another one for you, Pro Comp. This must be more the higher end version. Yeah, and then here's one with the tough wheels on it. So dyno was basically the the undercard for GT. So you had GT was going to be on top. Dyno was more of the, I don't want to say lesser quality, but more of the intro level type bike. But it's pretty awesome. Here's another one, Dyno Comp. I love the blue on this one. It's a cool color. Here's a tiny one. If anybody has one of these, little 16-inch version, that's got to be worth a ton right now because I don't think I've ever even seen one. Oh, and here we go. And they have a race version. Now, here's something I'm going to admit to, guys. I forgot that they had race versions. Excuse me, guys. I had to take a drink. My voice is going today. So this is really, if you look at this bike, this is basically the same level as maybe a GT Interceptor. The quality is virtually exactly the same. So I guess it'd come down to preference. Do you want an Interceptor or a Dyno? I'm wondering if the prices for the VFR versus the GT was much different. I would say the quality is virtually exactly the same. You're getting basically the same bike. And there's a really, really intro level one. It doesn't even have a power disc. But again, if you're looking to save some money and you wanted to get into the sport, that's a good way to do it. They got the VFR 16. Boy, Dyno had a big ad, guys. I don't remember any of this. Here's all the hardware. It's standing on its own. Oh, these are amazing looking. Look at that Dyno plate. I love that. Let's go to the next one. Oh, here we go. Look at the gear. Okay, how many of you would kill to have this helmet right now? The Dyno open face or even the full face? Those open face helmets are perfect. I love the colors here. You got the color combos for all the gear you can buy. And this is great. Again, this is all considered retro, but wow. That's really awesome. I love this stuff. You got the hats, t-shirts, even shoes. Really, really cool. Oh, these gloves are cool too. Look at this. Man, that's awesome. All right, let's keep going. More of the Dyno ad. Looks like I'm missing part of it here, guys. I'm sorry. I might have pulled that out when I was a kid. First Class BMX. I have ordered stuff from them before. Well, I would have when they existed. Golly, we're still going, guys. This magazine could basically be a Dyno freaking brochure because there's so much Dyno stuff in it. We got Rockville. Check that out. This is awesome. This place is legendary. November 18th, Meet the Street Finals in Salem, Oregon. Wow. I bet you I can find that on YouTube somewhere if I looked hard enough. I feel like I can find anything on YouTube. Ooh, what do we got here? 1989 IBMXF Australia World Championships in Brisbane. Sweet. All right, check it out, big koala. Who is in this here? Billy didn't do too much in Australia, except with the last pro main rule at this. He is patent triple double method of taking the quints. I don't know what they mean by that. Chuck didn't do that too much either. Sept could become the world champion. All right, very cool pictures here. Look at that. I gotta tell you guys, sometimes reading BMX Action is the most confusing thing in the world to do. But apparently they're just saying that Billy was smoother in the probably in the quads as Charles, but Charles got the world championship. Oh, check out this shot of frickin' Rick Palmer. That is straight motocross style. Look at with the AXO pants, the new Skyway kit. I love the helmet, custom painted Troy Lee. And he's on the Skyway 300 TA in this shot, and there's absolutely no tough wheels in sight. This was kind of like where Skyway was headed, and these are really rare. I'm a big Skyway fan, and I would prefer just to have the TA stuff, but that bike looked pretty cool. Look at this shot of Gary Ellis. Gary Ellis has just has been on the rampage lately, winning, kicking, and coolers, jumping doubles, and now this. He was clicking some style, getting rad. And Gary wasn't known as a big stylish rider, but that looks pretty stylish to me. Check it out. Townsend takes it. Palmer came close. Griggs saved face, and Gary Ellis surprises everybody. Wow. I didn't even realize that. Looks like Charles won that world championship that year. 1989. This is awesome. Very, very cool. Oh, what do we got here? Got a little jump sequence. There we go. That's pretty cool. Really, really nice shots. It looks like that could be, that's an MCS rider right there. So Eric Carter and a few of the 18 and over comrades circling the drain. Semis will do it for every time. Oh, this is them crashing in the semis. All right, very cool. Not a lot of pictures for a World Championship BMX race, though. A little disappointing. That's literally it. There's not much in there. Again, this magazine was really dedicated more to the freestyle side of things, but that's really cool. You got a mongoose rider here. These are really cool. These must be Australian riders. That's a great shot. Great shot. And who is that? Jason Ford, 17 years old. Great shot. Again, Australian rider. Oh, here we go. We got some more shots over here. Looking really cool. Another mongoose rider right there. That was Eric Roop. Still doing his thing in 1990. Or 89, excuse me. Who won the pro? Let's take a look. So Charles Townsend won that. Rick Palmer came in second. Greg Hill came in third. Mike King in fourth. Billy Griggs fifth. Paul Abrams from Australia sixth. Gary Ellis seventh. And then Andrew Hasten from Australia eighth. And that was your pro final. And that you can see where Charles won the title. Someone's at the door again, guys. Before I jump back in the magazine, guys, this is summer 1989. You can see me racing in the hoodie and jeans. I was probably too lazy to put my uniform on. That's a great shot coming off the step jump. This was my car back then, Toyota FX16 GTS with the PK Ripper on the roof. Looking smooth. But my daughter just got home. I had to answer the door. Then my lunch was over. But anyway, just going to finish up this magazine. We're pretty deep into it now. This is a really good shot here of Dave Milham on Factory GT. That's a great shot there. We got Paul Abrams right here. Looks like they're racing cruisers there. That's a really good shot from Australia. He's the Australian version of Greg Hill, according to this. That's pretty awesome. And then here we go. We got some GT parts where your future's on the line. You got all these GT parts. Look at this. Compact chain, GT chainring compact discs. I really like that. I would hang that on a wall. These hubs are sick. I love those. You got your seats, and of course the laid-back seat post is still there. And then the GT Power Series cranks. Never owned these, but I've always admired them. And then all your stems. Look at all that chrome. Oh, I miss chrome. Let's keep going. Vader Sports. Another bike shop, and gotta get the gear. DBS. That's trippy looking. Looks like he has zip ties all around his spokes. I don't know what rider that is. Looks like, oh, that's Martin Aparijo. Oh, wow. That's pretty cool. He's still active out there. California's Hot Skateboard Vans Warehouse. All the skateboards, vans. All your typical ads for the time. The Bicycle Source. A lot of skater stuff in here. But, well, you know, this magazine is also supposed to be freestyling magazine, so that's why you're seeing your fair share of freestyle. And this looks like the tour from 1989. That's a really cool effect, how his hands reaching out to the rim. That's kind of a cool little camera trick there. It'd been really cool if it was color, huh? More freestyling shots. All the big guys back then. Oof, that van was burnt out. Great pictures. Lots of dyno. The freestylers are still using a lot of the race gear. They're going to start phasing away from it, though. You know, they get away from the racing stuff, and they get more edgy, like that. Kind of more like a skater. You know, they get their own look. Here's the ad to subscribe to Go. That's a good shot there. They're all in their shorts. Nice. Aro. Oh, look at this shot. That's amazing. Look at that. Dyno pants. Dyno pants. GT Dyno jersey on the dyno. Lots of dyno, man. They were really pushing that product. Oh, wow. I remember this. Vision Streetwear. Look at all this gear. I never really liked the Vision shoes. Don't hate me on that one, guys. Just wasn't a big fan of it. More dyno stuff, dyno shoes. Look, you get your whole GT kit. The jersey was $19.95 and the pants were $44.95. So that's pretty cool. So, I mean, you can get a whole kit for less than $100, and it's like a quality looking uniform. Man, that was a deal of the century. West BMX, and then we got another ad here. Why play in the dirt? I think it's going to say when you can play in the air. Let's see if my memory is correct. Yep, when you can play in the air. And then now you got your GT freestyle bikes, which are really cool. I love this color. But you can see, so similar to dyno. It really just comes down to what your preference is, but they look virtually the same. Although I'm sure there's some differences, obviously. Club Homeboy. Very cool. And then stop. At the beginning it said go. Oh, so I'm going to wrap this one up, guys. That was a really good one. I did manage to find the cover when I stopped filming. I filmed this in three different segments, and I went back to work, and when I looked up the magazine under BMX Action for December '89, I found the cover. So I will attach it to the beginning of this video. And I did a little segment of some of my own race photos and things from 1989. I figured it was era correct. I went through a photo album and it even said summer '89. And I go, oh, cool, I'm going to add that to this video. I'm sure when it's all edited, it'll look good. It was kind of a mess today. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe as always. Looks like we'll probably be doing another race video, probably at the end of the week. I'm going to get this one all edited and put together, and we'll get this one uploaded tonight. But anyway, guys, I'll catch you in the next one. See you later.
I got it. At first it was hard. Nobody believed me. Ever since then, I'm making it clear. This my year. This my year. I hustle in the dark with a bright my head. Get the bright idea.